welcome back to the channel, darlings, and happy Easter, everybody watching around the world. If you haven't yet done so, guys, please click like and subscribe to the channel. Why? Why not? Simple as that. That's my reasoning. Why not? There's no reason why you shouldn't. I mean, if you're watching, you probably like it, so go for it, people. Now, yesterday was obviously, how was yesterday best described? Unique, I think. The chance of us having Q10 back out today are exceedingly limited. I can tell you that. However, just a few days ago I mentioned how much of an almost miracle it would be to have Q10 and Raden at the same time. And it happened. It's extremely odd and slightly concerning. Because sadly, folks, when I use this seventh sense, I should really use it for lottery tickets and the like. And now I was hoping we might get our little ball and cup buddies on the bridge, but sadly not, people. At least not yet. It's a game of chicken, kind of walking along the edge of that. However, remember I said in yesterday's video that I kind of restarted the introduction, and to be honest, it's because I got distracted having a chat with the Sri Lankan protesters, who were quite lovely and took the time to explain to me why they were there. I might post that, I don't know. It's kind of like an outtake. 1 second. Yeah, it's a bit of an outtake. We need to go across. I'm going to show you something that I saw yesterday, guys, which is going to change the future course of British history. You're not going to believe it until you see it, but yeah, you're going to be absolutely shocked, bewildered, and amazed, folks, by what we've got here. The bridge is kind of busy, but I wouldn't say it's chock-a-wocka. He's taking his time. And bad luck for us, guys. The traffic happens to be moving. I can normally sort of dash to and fro on the bridge, but not today. However, after Taxi Man. Now, if you think about Saudi Arabia, Russia, Nigeria, Venezuela, and a few other countries around the world, what's the first thing that comes to mind? No, not human rights, folks. That's the second thing that comes to mind. What's the first thing that comes to mind that unites them all? Well, oil, everybody. That's right, oil. The commodity that powers the global economy, okay? Now, apparently, on Friday, a drunk MP decided to dive into the Thames, but the thing is, it wasn't deep enough for his rather large body, and he hit the bottom. But he hit it so hard, folks, that something happened. He struck oil, okay? Now what happened after that is this. They built an oil platform. Apparently that MP, whose head hit the riverbed, has changed the course of British history. This platform is supposedly going to drill 200 million barrels a month, starting from next month, May. Now, I didn't believe it either until I read a little bit more about it. Apparently, Chevron, BP, Saudi Aramco, lots of other global oil companies have been fighting over the rights to this royal oil, folks. That's what they're going to brand it. It's going to be branded royal oil. So no more British Petroleum and all the others. Yep, royal oil. And they're going to be selling it at 3 times the market rate because it's going to have a royal crest on it. How's about that, folks? Yeah, I mean, I was shocked too. Here in the Thames, an oil platform. Never seen anything like it. The funniest thing of all is that yesterday, in the introduction, I actually surmised that it might be a forward landing platform for the Russian invasion. Goodness me. I mean, the funny thing is, I'm sure they're drilling for something. I have no idea whether it's oil or not, but if you look in the centre, that, folks, looks like a mini oil world, does it not? So I don't know when this appeared, its function, or what they're actually drilling for, but wouldn't it be nice if they did discover some royal oil beneath this Gothic masterpiece that is the Palace of Westminster. Okay, it's 5-2. That equals horseguards time. Off we go. Yeah, I couldn't risk but reshoot the oil well spot, folks, simply because when I first saw it yesterday, that was the first time I'd ever seen it there. I thought, hold on a second, what on earth is this doing here? I was genuinely surprised and bewildered to see an oil well. Oh goodness, wait, let me get out of the road, it's not worth the risk. Now, the good thing between this time yesterday and today is that although it's busy, and this is busy, if I posted this next to yesterday's shot in the same spot, oh my good lord, wow, it was absolutely chocker yesterday.
How did you know?
I don't know what we can expect of horseguards vis-a-vis numbers. We've had a guard change at the palace this morning, I can tell you that. And, arguably more importantly, most public transport is running as normal. I mean, there's no reason that tourists can't get around. Now, as Easter is obviously, how do we say it, a very normal day for most people. Day off. I mean, very few people are at work. Guards are, though. Comparatively, anyway, very few people are at work. So it means that a lot of people have a lot of free time to be out and about doing whatever they want to do in London or elsewhere. Yes, that's right. Does that mean they're going to just think to themselves, I feel like visiting horseguards? I don't know. I mean, there's only one way for us to find out, and that's by jogging there. Oh, I think Bro's just been crucified, and he's still smiling about the experience. Apparently that's actually still a thing in a few countries. Bit of an Easter ritual. Quite extraordinary, but hey, apparently one man's been through it multiple times and still, he said in his interview, looks forward to it every year. Make of that what you will. Now, the other interesting thing about yesterday's intro is that I spotted a flag I'd never seen before. I went and asked them, which flag is it? And they said it's Uzbekistan. Yep, I was quite surprised. Actually, maybe I will tack that beginning on. Possibly, we'll see. Or publish it separately. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. It doesn't really matter. We've also got part 2 from yesterday, which by the time you will have seen this, guys, that will have been published, and you'll see whether Q10 made it to the end. Spoiler, he didn't. But that's only a spoiler if you didn't already watch it. And if you didn't already watch it, it's your own fault for not watching it. So it's not really a spoiler, is it? Oh my goodness, wow, hold on a second. Why is everybody squished here? They've put all the barriering back up around Parliament Square that was magically removed by the massive number of people that were there yesterday. What on earth? Wait, how is it this busy here? This is normally the quiet spot, comparatively. Normally, but not today. We're not going to go across to the phone box spot, folks, simply because it's really busy. Bells of Westminster Abbey in the distance. Nicely timed, eh? Except for the bus. The bus. Church bells. I think they guessed we were coming. Only a couple more cars and then we can finally go across. I dare say they've probably actually removed the graffiti from the... Or actually, wait, the Millicent Garrett Fawcett statue is still covered, as is the Lloyd George one. Well, we're not going to risk getting into this squash, so we'll just kind of take a shortcut this way. I was hoping to hit horseguards, give or take, around noon, which I think is in just a few minutes from now. I don't think those were the noon bells, but what time is it now? 2 minutes to noon, so we're going to get there pretty much spot on as a massive flood of people emerge from those gates, many of whom would have been backed up in the tunnel. Oh, look at this little mini. Yeah, lots of people will be backed up. So once they finish the the changeover and the guards are dismounted in the yard, that lot will almost certainly flood pretty quickly to the front. Now, as you've gathered, at the moment it's not sunny at all. It's forecast to be sunny a bit later. We started off yesterday, a bit mushy to be fair. It's definitely colder than yesterday. I very much doubt we're going to be seeing anybody wandering around with a t-shirt today. Joggers perhaps, but no one else. We lost a couple of degrees since yesterday. And that will continue. We've got a pretty wet week coming up actually. Oh, look at this. A Tesla that has free Ukraine on it. I've never seen that before. A yellow and blue Tesla. Interesting. Anyway, you can hear behind the bong bong. Perfect timing actually, guys. We're going to hit horse guards pretty much as we get the first people coming out after that changeover. Now, a lot of this obviously depends on which troopers we have and on which horses. It's not an exact science capturing what we managed to get in these videos, but I hope today, secretly, we might well get another look at Q10, because I fear if we don't, we might not see him actually again, odd as it might sound, until next year. Yeah. I mean, Ormond was away for give or take 6 months. Q10's missing period was almost a year to the week, oddly enough. As I said, it's not really a spoiler to reveal in this video. In the previous video, he did have that meltdown. Was beautifully controlled by the trooper, but then we had some Falun Dafa, I believe it was, Chinese protesters banging drums, all dressed in yellow, like a giant bumblebee, and that completely set him off all over again. Oh, police are looking happy today.
Simon trains, Pioneer West, with 50 cents, going to make it 50 cents.
Oh, goodness me. I mean, it's nice of Banana Man to provide a bit of a distraction for the police, who seem fairly jolly. I'm not sure they're that happy about pulling Easter Sunday guarding Downing Street, though. Especially as our glorious leader is almost certainly not even there. So next up, horse guards, and as we're now 1 or 2 minutes past the hour, I dare say that most people will have exited the yard and the tunnel, which is good because we would like to arrive ideally when there are a good number of tourists. Wow, the bus is packed. Look, people stuffed on foot at the back. I don't think the driver's going to open it. Look, it's completely packed. Yeah, look, he's not even opening the door. Damn, that's brutal. You wait all this time for the bus and the driver just says no room and drives on. That happens a lot these days, guys, in central London. Especially on some of those key central routes that a lot of tourists have cottoned onto are pretty much identical to the official tour bus routes, except that, yeah, he didn't open the doors, except that they cost 1/10 of the price. This is the danger, you know, with TikTok and popular reels. This kind of information, which was, okay, I mean, it was out there in the public domain, but, you know, all these kind of how to save money type reels and stuff, which have become very, very popular in the last few years, they've led to an explosion in people using regular public transport. People bringing their luggage along in the road. Whoa. Tour guides are out in force. What on earth, ladies and gents? It is Waka Chocka. Oh, he's going to be able to get anywhere near the horse? I'm not convinced. Wow. That's a lot of people coming out. I think this troop was on Zorba by the looks of it. Let's see if we can squeeze through a teeny bit, guys. It's proper packed here today. Wow. Yeah, definitely Zorba. And everybody's queuing kind of at the back of the box. this at the gate. Look at it. Absolute madness. Which, to be honest, I was kind of expecting. Possibly not numbers quite this large, but goodness me, wow. Okay, so we're kind of in the front. Let's see. I mean, if you look over here at how many are surging out of the gate. Here's a trooper we saw yesterday. Shouting in the yard. I'm pretty sure that's not a gatesman and a chitsman. Actually, it's the police. Just spy them in the background, exiting the front gate. Oh look, 4 of them actually. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's a lot of shouting going on. Look at this. It's really surprising when we look at the numbers here this morning. Young John Travolta. Oh, that's it, he's off. Young John Travolta's going to move. He already moved. So we've got a decent-ish spot, folks. You can see the sign. You can see this massive squash of people trying to get out of the gate. I say trying to because, as usual, many people are stopping to take pictures, which means it gets a bit backed up. Wow. I think it's going to be quite difficult actually for everybody to avoid getting pushed into the box. Even on this side it's a bit of a squash. That was a tall group that gave their guide a round of applause. How about that? I personally think they should have saved it for the trooper, but hey. Now we did see this trooper yesterday, he was here, but I'm pretty sure he was at the other end. That said, so much happened yesterday, I can't really remember. Oh, that lady had a fright with a bobble hat. Zorbs is getting pretty surrounded at this point. Both the troopers, though, that we've got out here now, this trooper and his colleague at the other end. His colleague at the other end, I think, is the trooper that had to deal with the Palestinian flag waver yesterday. Remember that gent that came along, guys, waving the flag? Super awkward. Sorry for the girl's head, guys. Obviously, we have to have a female basketball team here in central London, standing right in front of us. Squish-a-roo. Zorbs is definitely thinking to himself, I'm not sure about this. It's actually lucky that I'm pretty tall, folks, because even with my height, it's quite challenging to film it today. Look at this. And there you have it. I think that was a student or somebody in a tall group who walked straight in the middle. I'm going to move a teeny bit because this tall girl has plopped herself right on the corner of the box. Okay, she's moved. What on earth? I really like how the trooper leaned forward actually to give them the verbal. But I think our biggest concern today, because of the numbers, and I was expecting it, I remember last Easter, is just going to be the crowding around the box regardless, and people not focusing on the fact that there is a pole right next to their head, and if they do walk into it, it's not on me, it's on them. My goodness, everyone. Most people are kind of bewildered, in fact, when they've actually realised, oh, there is a camera and it's right there. Great to see, though, the trooper being that on it, to actually lean forward and shout. I think it's because all of those students or members of that tour group were cutting through the box because there wasn't really any space. And that's going to happen more and more as we get into summer. So what does that mean? Every single person that cuts through potentially is going to get shouted at. I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know, box is the box, guys. Am I right? restless dogs. This really is why Q10 and Raden are the dream team to have on a busy day. Both horses are super experienced. However, that said, Q10 doesn't like to work when it's busy. I don't actually think we've seen him complete an entire shift ever in a video, including yesterday. But he's obviously exceedingly popular with tourists and visitors. Let's see what happens in the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes at this end, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not that's a smart option or the other end. You know, much as there are a lot of people here, as you can see, the vast majority, they're avoiding the box like the plague after which has happened, and I can't say I blame them. Oh, uh-oh. I brought an apple for the horse, she said. And what did the trooper say? Nothing. Just shook his head. Oh. It's not going to work. I mean, even if they clear the road now for, say, I don't know, 30 seconds, everybody's going to be back in the road in a minute. Oh, Apple Woman just got told to move back as well. Damn it, obviously it had to happen when the camera's the other way. I think we just caught the end of that. But now she's being super careful with her feet. I think she was really hoping to get a lovely picture feeding the horse or touching the horse. The trooper's like, no, you can't touch either. I don't know where she's from, guys, I can't hear the accent. It's extraordinary that people. The mum of the lady just got told to get behind the line. He said, "Get outside the white line, please." Wow. I mean, I'm guessing whichever corporal of horse came over with the blues, possibly watched the lifeguard. Sorry, on Friday morning, might well have watched the unofficial blues training video that we filmed last week, which had 10 instances, magnificent instances, of the blues keeping the box crystal spanking clear, which is how we like it, is it not? I'll be honest, folks, you know that I was very sceptical after Friday's video that we'd see the kind of enforcement that the blues had put in last week, most of the blues anyway. But wow, the lifeguards have really smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. And fair play, folks, because I think a lot of us were assuming that they wouldn't be as strict as the blues with enforcing the box. If anything, overall, they've arguably been, at some points at least, more strict than the blues. But it bodes really well for forthcoming summer season. I'll tell you something else as well. The King's Troop, it might not be everyone, every single gunner, but those that I know personally in the King's Troop can't wait to get here and enforce the box. I mean, ruthlessly enforce the box. So there's that to look forward to as well. Oh, she's nervous about getting too close. She's nowhere near the line, she's good. And yet again, we arrive here, but it's pretty cold, overcast, and what happens? The sun comes out and it gets flipping boiling again. Oop. Every time that happens, in fact. Chilly, overcast, sun comes out. Feels like on a beach in northern Italy. I haven't spotted a well or best dressed. I mean, I haven't really spotted any well dressed, let alone a best dressed yet. Yesterday we got some extraordinarily interestingly dressed tourists, especially in the trans protest video from Parliament Square. if you haven't watched that yet, folks, or you think, hey, you know, that's not my thing, I'm not interested, whatever, very, very, very interesting bunch of people. And you know what? Regardless of the politics of the situation, it was one of the most relaxed, happy, friendly, and welcoming protests I've ever filmed in central London. I give a massive respect for that. The other thing coming up, guys, next week, I mean, there'll be a bunch of things as usual, but we've got the St. George's Day parade. Now that's going to be a very, 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 very interesting thing. I'll get out way before it to try and capture the police deployment and build-up, because I think it's going to be, as I mentioned in some of the comments yesterday, I think it's going to be very heavy-handed, unfortunately. Back to two-tier policing. I hope I'm proven wrong, because they got it completely right with Rolling Thunder. Oh, troopers don't like it when they bring these massive selfie sticks, because sometimes the horses don't like it. It's like a flagpole. It's actually a camera with a built-in gimbal. Oh, just offer something to the... oh, it's money, look. Little girl just had money. Her dad gestured with the money to the trooper. The trooper shook his head. It's a £5 note. I'm pretty sure it's a £5 note. Pity, but there we are. Actually, wait, how did I forget to bring this up on Friday? Damn it. Okay, so talking with the Blues and Royals on Friday evening, I asked, what is the official policy vis-a-vis money in the boot? Okay. And it's a bit of a mixed one, this. Trooper that's been a long time, very long time, said to me, I don't think it's worth letting somebody in the box and making an exception just they can give me money. I don't want it and I don't need it. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much, yeah? Which I understand, because in order for somebody to give money, to donate the money to the trooper in his or her boot, they need to be given permission, or not shouted at, implicit permission, to enter the box. Okay? On the other hand, some of the newer troopers don't have an issue with it. Why? Good question. I think two things really. One, free money's free money. If it's a £20 note, £50 note, that's not a small amount of money to turn down these days, okay? And we all know that army pay isn't exactly generous. Two, not all of the new troopers are yet very strictly enforcing the box, okay? Think about it, guys. Your first day on ceremonial ever, you pull into the box, you've got 100 plus people all staring at you. Doesn't matter how confident you are, doesn't matter how well trained you are, it's going to be below. Okay, really, it would be. I couldn't even imagine, in fact, the pressure of having to do that for the first week or so. It's a confidence building process. You get used to it, you understand that, hey look, it's my horse, my space, and at that point, you start making that very clear to the tourists by shouting at them. Now, in terms of where the money goes, to the trooper. If a trooper accepts it, he keeps it. He or she gets to keep it. Yeah, that's the policy. In other words, there is no policy. There is no policy that states unequivocally, you have to do this or I have to do that. Someone, wait, I'm not sure if we can capture it, 1 second. Going across the box, someone, everybody, extraordinary thing to see. Let me see if I can capture it. I don't know, look at this. Guy's having a little bit of a phone call chat in the archway. I don't know if the police are seeing, look at this, look. Just going there for like a private call from your broker, this dude going around behind the guard shop. What's he going to do? The police have spotted it, they're coming over. Look at this guy. He thinks he's a trooper. Bro. Oh, goodness me. It's been a while. Oh, and Mum's looking at them now. It's been a while since we saw that. The police did spot it. But I think they were thinking to themselves, nah, come on, they're only going to stand there for a second and then move on. Just like, what? I mean, I understand, folks, you know, certain markets might well be closed. People are panicking, they don't want to lose money. But to be on the phone to your broker, actually, perhaps he was on the phone to his mistress, in the archway, where the gatesman normally stands. Nah, that's a bit much, is it not? Anyway, glad we caught that, because no one else did. Everybody watched me run off. I thought my eyes were deceiving me. Anyway, good time to go to the other one. Oh, the horse is looking at us. Hello. Now, which horse is it? Wait, 1 second. See if we can squeeze in a little bit. A couple of people that I know are already here filming. 1 second, guys. Let's see. Now, I know from yesterday that the trooper we're looking at now will also enforce it pretty strictly. Apparently the army are looking for some guy in a grey hat. Oh, well. A grey vented hat. What's happening this end? Is he like... Who? The trooper? Is he on it or...? Oh, you just arrived?
In 2 minutes, nothing.
A minute ago, 2 guys were standing on the arches on their on their phone, just having a chat like they were on guard. Oh goodness!
Anything good?
I mean, he's on it at that end. 100%. No one is allowed anywhere, even over the line. Yeah, he even leant forward to shout at someone. So, yes. Thought you might say that. Oh goodness. Okay, folks. So somebody has stolen the winter rug from their stay at a castle in Scotland, and she's wearing it here at Horseguards today. Look at that tartan rug. That's what happens when you go to Fort William, think that your hotel was overpriced, and decide you want more value for your money. Now, as I mentioned, this was a trooper yesterday that was very clear. Very clear. The chap with the flag should not only get the flag away from the horse, but should move on. And luckily the police spotted that quickly. This gent on the right has just been told twice to get out of the box. So we've got what we needed to get, everybody. Police are on it in the yard, troopers are on it at the front. A perfect tag team working in unison to keep the idiots at bay. This guy's just having, oh, I think he gave him a pass. Old gent is strolling through. What about this guy? Look at this. He had a bag of carrots. That in a little while ago, somebody bought a green apple, said no. Then some girl came over with £5 note, said no, so he's not letting anyone get close. Yeah, at all. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye rug. I'm kind of trying to look, guys, at the... why have we got a helicopter up again? As far as I'm aware, there's nothing on the schedule, and there are no planned road closures or diversions in place today. I read that list very thoroughly on the tube this morning, so I thought, you know what, there's got to be something. But nothing's listed. Then again, that spontaneous protest yesterday was not listed, and they just magically appeared. Estimates are that there were, give or take, around 7,000 attendees, which is not a small number, trust me. In fact, a lot of the planned protests would be delighted to have a number that large. Sorry guys, I keep getting pushed a little bit from behind, not intentionally. There's people jostling. Very keen to see where feet are, and as you can see for the moment, they're outside the box. He says as one goes in. This lady arguably is actually just 50-50 again. I can't wait to see which 2 horses they bring out. Oh, she's in the box. But again, just barely. There's no point in screaming at every person that puts half a foot over the line. She is in the box. Not anymore. Brilliant. That said, guys, she was about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way in. They definitely push the luck, don't they? But it needs a repaint. It definitely needs a repaint. The lineage. So I've got a few small people in front of me, so if I put the camera down too far, I'm filming the back of their heads. She's in the box. She didn't see it. She honestly didn't see it, bless her. Isn't it curious how some people do see it straight off, like the gent who just pointed out to her, and others don't? This bro's a bit off. Who's he giving a thumbs up to? Wait. Oh wait, I thought this guy was on. What? It's like he's about to make a proposal. He's off his head, guy on the right. I tell you, I thought we just woke up. Another one just walked straight in to take a picture out of the box. Another one, this guy's in the box. She's touching the horse on the left. I'm not sure if we call that or not. Oh goodness. This bodes really well, I would argue, folks, for the summer. This consistent enforcement, exceptionally consistent enforcement, in all honesty. Even those that are not kind of close to the horse, in other words, they're at this far corner of the box, are still being told to get out of the box. Brilliant. Although I do feel, and thank you to the lady that sent me the detailed drawings, by the way. She's in the box. Another one that didn't even realise that there's a line and a box. Sorry, thank you to the lady that sent me the drawings, suggesting that it might have been better to put rounded or curved corners on the box. I mean, to be honest, I would agree. I'm sure there was a reason they decided to go with this virtual. I'm not really sure if it's a square. I've ever sort of measured it, but I'm guessing it's probably closer to being a rectangle actually than a square, strictly speaking. But I guess they decided that this would work better. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't find anyone that was good enough at painting curved lines. But that would certainly solve the problem of so many people squashing on the corners. If there were no corners, there wouldn't be a problem, would it? Would there? Sorry. Now, I haven't taken the phone out, folks, to take horsey pictures of the day for two reasons. One, just too much movement behind me, and two, I'll leave it to all of you as usual. Unless, of course, Q10 comes back out, in which case it will be horse of the day for the second day running. She said it's okay if I touch it. Trooper said no. So no touching, no feeding, no approaching, no anything. The witness start asking the trooper if they can breathe shortly at this rate. Can I smile? Is it okay to have my eyes open? Oh, bubble hat. Has to be one. I don't think, guys, that we saw anybody with a... Have we seen anyone with a t-shirt yet, the short sleeves? I don't think we'll have the usual jogger crowd today, simply because of the fact that Whitehall, in terms of governmental business of Whitehall, closed, as obviously it's a public holiday today, as indeed is tomorrow, in fact. The busiest of the Easter weekend days is always Easter Monday. And guess what, folks? The Blues and Royals are back tomorrow morning. Oh yeah. Nice Brazil. We will go back to the other end in a few minutes. We've got more than enough at this end. Brilliant work by this trooper. Really, really brilliant.
Ha paura?
Ale.
Fixed myself just behind a bollard for a minute because all of a sudden there are a lot of people here again. Oh. Bro, don't worry about the couple that are already there. Wait. They must know each other, surely. You wouldn't just push into people you don't know like that. Yeah, I think they all know each other.
You want to go on the left side then? Also go left.
Under the dome. This side. Wait till I can
At the other end, troopers again leaning forward, shouting at people, "Oi, get back out the box." We'll head back there in a minute, everybody. Oh, a little nod of respect for the trooper. Nice to see. Everyone's being good now, on both sides, look. People kind of pushing in though, look. This guy, she was there first, this girl was there first. So now she's like, Just the pushing keeps on getting worse and worse. What did this guy? I have no idea what he said, folks, whether it was good or bad. He looks alright though, and he's with his family, so I don't think it was anything negative. I thought for a second that's going to be somebody that's shouting or saying something abusive to the trooper, but I think it was probably something okay. Plus he hasn't run off. Still a bit odd though, no, to sort of walk up like that and say something. Our last couple of tourists at this end, and then we'll head back to the other end. How the hell are we all doing 42 minutes? I'm feeling a two-parter possibly coming on, ladies and gents, today. We'll see. Also keep an eye on the archway in the yard. I'm going to be quiet for 1 minute, guys, because I just need to check something with the video that just published itself. I'd actually forgotten that I said it's a self-published because I knew I'd be out this morning. Apologies for that.
You were nowhere near them.
Still here, guys, almost done.
That side, in front of you, it's the whole side.
And I'm still here. And that is now done. 1 second. I should show you the correct video on the front page. Yeah, okay, that's good. I can now relax and focus on today's video. Plus, there's no immediate now need to worry about whether or not there's time for a part 2. So there will almost certainly be a two-parter today. I think we're going to use this YouTube scheduling feature a lot more, actually, so that I don't need to think about getting those videos out for you guys whilst I'm filming. So apologies for the brief lack of concentration on my part. I'm just trying to think as well which might be the better spot at this end. Now bear in mind how much the trooper's on it here. And he's on it pretty much in front. So there's a bit of an argument going on with some of the people filming. I'm trying to go over everyone's head, but my goodness me, there's a crush here today, and everyone is really tall, as you can see. Look at it. Whoa. Oh, sorry, it's okay. I think we'll have to sort of slowly work our way in from this side, folks. Gently. Okay, that gives us a good view right over the box, and the light is good as well, actually. Not too much sunlight destroying the image. Oh, wait, this guy was in the video a minute ago at the other end. He's bored and bankrupt. Oh! Wow, that was a lovely thing. You see that? The tourist who didn't intentionally walk through the box did briefly enter the box. So trooper said to him, "Please step out the white line, sir." But the tourist replied, "I'm very sorry, sir." I really hope the audio microphone picked up that audio. Wow, that's a first. Definitely a first. In a very good way. Does this guy love himself or what? Maybe somebody else will get a chance to take a picture today. We'll weasel our way closer when a bollard becomes free in a second. The thing is, the only downside to being in this spot is that I can't see where people go into the archway in the yard. So that's a minor negative. Okay, we're now reasonably clear with good line of sight. Yeah, he's still there, the bald dude. And it hasn't really decreased, folks. Someone at the other end just got told again to move back. The other troopers really had his work cut out for him this morning. Flipping hell. I've actually lost count. It must be 10 times in total he's told people to move back or get out of the white line or something along those lines. That's an awful lot. That said, this trooper's been much more vocal, and he also gesticulates, which I think is a huge positive, because not everybody can understand what is being asked of them. I have no idea. This lady who was just walking by was also told, look at that, get out of the white line. Wow. Quite an extraordinary thing, guys, in all honesty. The difference in just a week. Incredible. Wait, this lady's trying to squeeze and being told off. The whole family's monopolised the corner here, but a couple of them went into the box. What on earth? Now they were going to the wall. I have no idea what this guy's doing, actually, the bald guy. Look. Hand signals? He's plonked himself directly on the line, so he can't get shouted at. But strictly speaking, he's not doing anything wrong. And maybe someone's taking pictures of him that I can't see them. Flipping out, here we go, guys. Cue ball time. I'm just hoping the light isn't going to reflect too much off the top of his head into the lens. And as somebody that's got a little teeny bit of a crown himself, guys, I'm allowed to make balls jokes, okay? So there. Right, okay, finally we're forward a teeny bit with a good view over the box. What a squash that was. However, the good news is that this is going to be a perfectly timed video to end just before the two horses swap over. So I think we'll probably start part 2 with me in the yard filming either the dismount or the 2 new horses coming out. Troopers constantly looking to see where people's feet are positioned. Flipping on, like, why would you let your dog get that close? Look at this. Unbelievable. Somebody else gesturing and the trooper saying no. I don't think that chap was actually gesturing to give something to the horse, but I just don't think the trooper likes his body language in terms of the gesture, so that optically the person taking his picture it would look like he were feeding the horse in his picture, but you saw the trooper shook his head, said no. Super strict, actually, which is wonderful to see. I mean, people are generally being kind of polite with one another. The problem is there are just too many people here. Zorba's pretty chill, so we definitely won't end up with any kind of horsey meltdown at that end. I'm going to come back to this end, and I'm going to finish, actually, the rest of it at this end for 2 reasons. One, the number of spammers at the other end is completely ridiculous today, like you wouldn't believe. And 2, every single person that's getting anywhere near is also being told at this end. So for the moment we can actually enjoy seeing the line. There we are. Oh goodness. Again, perfectly timed. Lovely. Sorry guys, the camera does tend to drift a little bit. I tried to hold it, but every time we move it to film a reaction, we lose the stability. That includes both of the lines. Well, I'm really intrigued to see which two troopers come out next. I'll be honest with you, secretly, I'm hoping it's the gent that we saw yesterday on Q10. Not only because he's an outstanding rider, but he's probably one of the most consistently disciplined troopers in terms of box enforcement that the lifeguards, to be honest, have ever had. Thinking about it, there have been a few that have been really, really, really strict, but he's definitely up there in the top 3 all time. I say all time since I've been filming. In other words, in 2 years. Now, if we assume we've seen at least 100 plus troopers in the lifeguards in those 2 years, it's no small feat to be in the top 5%, top 3%. Oh, that's nice. See that? The young lady said to the trooper, "Have a good day." And a little wave. I think some people are hyper considerate, in fact, when they visit. Actually, we've seen quite a few very respectful people today, and it's a good thing to see. Come on, the guys are at work on Easter Sunday, for goodness sake. Who's next? I always wonder what happened to my green cap. I left it here one day. This guy, I think, has stolen it. She definitely wants to feed the horse. Incidentally, folks, I won't put the camera on her because she'll cry privacy, but a few of you might remember a couple months ago, there's one horrible little rat-faced spammer who republished a crying guard video on her spammy little channel. After a lot of pressure, and people voicing their disapproval in the comments on that video. She took it down. Hasn't shown her face here for a long time since, but she's back today. As, to be fair, it's her right. But morality is a big thing. And morality is a very different thing to legality. However, I think, folks, that as we've done a good job of dealing with the spammers in the past, people will not post those super controversial videos anymore. In other words, job done. That was the 15 minutes to bell, so not long to wait until the next changeover. I hope. The thing is, it's now calming down a little bit, so a lot is going to depend on which of the horses come out to replace these two. Come on, roll up, Taurus. Who's next? Oh, he noticed straight away he's in the box and corrected himself. I think, to be honest, probably a lot more people bring food than we see, but then realise that it's probably not a good idea, or they in fact are surprised about how many people are here already. And it's got to be a bit awkward to kind of go and do, you know, something which potentially is going to get you in trouble right in front of the camera. Plus, nobody wants really to be shouted at the trooper unless you're a complete idiot who's doing it intentionally. Like the clown with the flag yesterday, who probably, either he's a brilliant actor, to be fair, because he did sort of, you know, recoil somewhat when the trooper first shouted at him, so I'm a little bit on the fence with that. On the one hand, I don't think anyone can be stupid enough to bring a flag in front of a working horse, but on the other hand, we'll never know, I guess. But I think the consensus from the comments is that he did it intentionally. Just backing out there, guys. For some reason, I don't know why, 2 or 3 people, just visitors, listening very, very intently to my narration, which is fine, but just like really close. Like I feel one of them touching me, not in a bad way, but odd. I don't mind the squash. Look at this. I mean, people actually parking their bikes on the public highway. Smart, especially if a bus comes along a little bit too close to the curb. Right, so we're going to go in from a different spot now. This spot. Kind of over the heads a little bit. It's busy around Zorba right now. There we go. Busy Zorbs. In fact, he's actually pretty much been left alone now, the horse at this end. Look. Yet again, the second that we walk over, somebody's told to get back.
Les pauvres chevaux là toute la journée comme ça.
Go on the right. I'm just slightly worried to folks that her shoes are going to scare the horse.
Non, c'est que les chevaux ils en ont marre. Ils défendent leur. T'as vu comment ils font de leur place? Il en a un. Ah ouais, non, il aime pas quand les gens s'approchent.
Certainly looking that way, isn't it? It's actually pretty rare, guys, to be able to get this box with both the lines meeting the walls. You can probably see the 4 or 5 other cameras along here. So I'm filming over their heads for the moment. It's just easier. Gives us a bit more latitude to see what's happening. I definitely thought she was going to approach the horse and or try and feed it, the lady in fuchsia. I think she's still tempted. Sorbs is really being left alone, isn't he? Which is a great thing to see, actually. I think the trooper did such a good job of keeping everybody back that now nobody's going forward. Call that the over-disciplinary effect. Same at this end, actually. Look, there's a huge number of people in the line. Oh, here we go, finally. This guy on the left. It's actually quite funny, a bit silly, but funny at the same time. Wait, I think he's going to do it again. Oh God, here we go. Wait. Yeah, I think he's going to have another try. 1 second. A guy of his age, honestly. I'm laughing because he's funny, okay? I don't think any of us are going to deny that. Is it appropriate? It's not. But that doesn't immediately negate the fact that it is funny. Plus, he's not in any way in the trooper's working space or pushing his luck. We've got plenty of sort of, shocked, amazed type pictures and videos.
Hello. Say hi. 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 Okay, thank you.
These two are doing it perfect, to be honest, aren't they, over on the left? So just be normal and smile. I mean, it's not difficult, is it? Oh. I thought she was about to slip into the sign. Oh, trooper's telling, well, that's interesting. She's told the kid to get out of the box. Who's next? Oh. Money. How much has she got? Oh. 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 Whoa. The horse was like, that's not a £50 note. No, it was a 20. It was a 20.
That's like the day.
He wants more. That was very interesting, actually. 1 second, let me tell the lady. You made the right choice. The truth of the other end is saying no to all cash donations today.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes there's a bit of a... He's fine. Yeah, but the other one was like, no. People tried earlier on, they said, no. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got lucky. It's quite unusual actually. Well done.
She's really happy, folks. She's delighted, to be honest. A US tourist, I'm sure. Wow, the trooper did nod. She's quite right. And I'm 99% certain it was a 20. Lucky it didn't drop, actually, to be fair. Look at the amount of you know what. Oh, straight in the box. Goodness. Wow, that was really interesting. That's the first time I caught it that clearly. Somebody going forward, asking if they can give the money, getting the nod, and then doing so. So an interesting thing to see the discrepancy between one box, the other box. This trooper in front of us has been absolutely consistent this morning in enforcing the box. However, as I mentioned a little while ago in this video, you have to make an exception in order for somebody to give the money. What do we think about that, folks? Honestly, come on, what do we think about it? Yes, it's a tradition, but should exceptions be made for people to enter the box to donate to the troopers? It's a very difficult question to answer, in all honesty. It's a very difficult question to answer. You know, there is that traditional aspect and the fact it's been happening for so long, but then should people be given those get out of jail free cards to enter the box in order to give them money? What do we think, people? Drop your thoughts in the comments. That, to be honest, is a perfect way to finish. Another one in the box. Every single time. Except, of course, the US tourist who did, and I was being serious as you saw, did get lucky by being the only person that was given an exception today. Damn, how on earth is she not cold? Right, the orderly, gatesman, stableman orderly is coming out to open up the boxes, ladies and gents. That is our cue to head into the yard. It's also our cue, shortly, to say it's a wrap for part 1. But I will be back with a part 2. Now, again, if part 2 doesn't appear, it means it wasn't the case that troopers' horses that I thought would be interesting are in part 2. So if there is a part 2 going to be published, it will be linked beneath this part 1. If not, guys, I'll be back real soon. Another one in the box. Honestly. To be fair, they're really doing well, aren't they? And this trooper is absolutely awesome. One second, guys, I'm going to cut very carefully around the edge of the box and get ourselves into the yard. 1 second. Okay, so we're in the yard, and I will finish up this part in just a second. I wouldn't hurt to have a mouthful of water, to be honest, as well. Right, here we are, guys. We've got a couple minutes until things start to move. So I will bid you a happy rest of the day, and hopefully we'll be back very soon for part 2. Bye for now, guys.